Welcome everybody to Catfish Weekly, presented by Whisker Wear Apparel, along with Chuck Davison and Doc Lang. I'm Lyle Stokes, and we got a big show tonight. We have Brad Cox from Springfield, Illinois, talking about his Veterans Tournament. We got Josh Vanover is going to talk about the Bruce Midkiff Tournament, and then we've got a really special thing. When we're through with those guys, we're going to end up talking with Luke Hentges and his buddy Jakob, and we're going to tell us about catching 100-pound fish on the Missouri River. So sit back, grab your glass of something cold to drink, and let's get it on. Chuck, how's things going down in Alabama this week?
It's not as hot as it has been the past 6 weeks. It's still in the lower 90s or something, but it's just a big deal, man. It's just you just don't get your breath taken when you walk out the door now, and I'm hope it stays down like this.
Well, I got something to share with you. Benji's talking about that. I only have, in my shop, I only have one window, so I don't get to stay out, without the air conditioner. But now Cindy has got the windows open and the doors open in the house and the screen's done. We had a cool front move through, supposed to be like that all week, so my air conditioner's getting a breather for a change.
Oh yeah, it's the fishing should start picking up here pretty soon. If I ran a trail, I don't even think I would have tournaments. May, June, July, and August. I would have those off months and just start up in September. Down here I can go through the winter and fish pretty comfortable. Here
right.
And there, there may be a day or two here and there that it might ice or where you can't get around, but if catfishing will catch on down here where we can start getting some good turnouts, I might do something about that.
That'd be great. That'd be great. I know it's quite a deal down there in the wintertime, when we show up down there at Wheeler in January. It's amazing to me. It's T-shirt weather usually, or sweatshirt weather at worst, and everybody's running around there. That's some of the best times that there's ever been for catfishing, is everybody meeting up down there and getting together and talking about that. And I got a little note here before we get to Doc. Ken Pryor wants me to let everybody know that you have to have boat safety, and you need to watch those buoys on the Mississippi River, because you will, not paying attention, you'll run into them, scrape your boat up, put dents in it. And we have a friend that had that happen to him the other day, and it's a good thing that he sent me that note, because I might have forgot to mention that. And, Matt, don't take it personal. We're just having a good time with you, buddy. Doc, you had a pretty good weekend this weekend.
Yes, I did. Yeah. Fished with my buddy Big Fox in the Ohio Hills tournament. We came in second. We struggled all day long. The fish were just, hit and miss, and we just kept moving around. So,
you can't beat a day in a boat with Bink. I just don't know how you could ever, get any better than that. He's quite a guy.
Yeah, I about lost my black horse rod 3 times in a row because I don't know. I was throwing it right in their mouth, because the last time I didn't even get the rod out of my hand when he dropped it down. So, but
wow.
the other two, I just barely got them in the rod holder when they ripped it down. So,
man.
And then we didn't get another bite. It just, we'd anchor up and boom. But yeah, we came in second in the tournament. Had a great time.
That's awesome, man. You guys done really well. We're proud of both of you. And, I know that'd be a great day in the boat with Bink, and I'm sure you guys have an absolute blast. You all fished together quite a bit over the years.
Yeah, over the years, yeah. Normally we do a lot of winter fishing, but as I've gotten older, the winter kind of really, makes it rough on me to get out there. So we've been trying to do a little bit more fall fishing than anything.
Right. Well, when it's 90 and 100 degrees, that's not too fallish, but that's coming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're going to try to get out there a lot more this fall than what we did in the past years.
Good. Maybe you can get Janet to tell you how they catch them flatheads, because she won't tell me and Chuck.
Yeah. Well, I caught a 10-pound flathead this past weekend.
That's
So
awesome.
that was our big fish. So.
Well, you guys done really great, and we're real happy for you. Well, fellas, we got Mr. Brad Cox on with us, and Brad, you want to tell us how your tournament thing's getting ready to take off up there in Springfield? We're so happy that you're taking care of them veterans and getting them out in them boats and doing all this stuff. That's the greatest thing in the world.
Oh yeah, thank you. Everything's starting to go good. But before I get into that, I want to second what you're saying about Wheeler Lake. I went down there in April for the Sea Arc tournament, and then I just had to go back, so I went back down in June, which proves I'm not the smartest person in the world. We went down for a week in June, and we knew we couldn't get in our cabin till 4 o'clock, and we're like, well, we'll just get there in the morning and fish all day and get in the cabin. We were redder than a ripe tomato after the end of that day. It was still completely worth it anytime. Actually, going back down there in November again too.
Awesome.
From there.
We sure have a good time when we go to Wheeler. I don't know how many boats was in that tournament last year, Chuck. You remember?
I think it was in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah, we had, and it was Brad. We was down there over New Year's, and everybody was going to each other's cabins, and we was having a few beverages and telling lies and telling truths, and just it was an amazing time. We've been doing that for 3 years, Chuck?
Yes.
It was so much fun. I hate it that we're not going to get to do that this year. It's really, I'm going to miss that. That's, Cindy and I would give each other that trip as our Christmas present to each other every year. Instead of buying gifts, we just had so much fun. And every time you get on Wheeler, you got a chance of catching a monster, and that in itself worth the price of admission to go down there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm used to catching, fighting 7 and 8 pound channel cats on Lake Springfield, so anything down there is a monster compared to what I'm used to. That's for sure.
Well, there's some good fish in that lake over in Springfield. I've seen some dandies pulled out of there.
Yeah, they're few and far between, but they're in there, that's for sure.
Well, Jerry Klein II seems to know where they're at fairly regularly.
Yeah, that's I haven't seen any real big ones come out during any tournaments in the past couple of years, but it's always a guy bass fishing or something will snag onto one of them. But
yep.
It's been a few years for us since a real big one I've seen come out in the tournaments.
Well, I got to ask you, I have a couple of buddies over there that I consider pretty good friends, Jason Rath and Bill Parfit. Are they entered in your tournament over there?
Well, no, they're going to be in Memphis that weekend, and I don't know if I'd let them enter even if they were going to be. But no, they're going to be down in Memphis with a lot of guys. So
right,
unfortunately, but they keep calling, and especially Parfit calling and reminded me that he's about to win that Yeti cooler that we're raffling. So.
Well, I got to tell you, them two guys are some of the finest guys. They're so full of crap. You got to love them. And they're great fishermen. They do really well on that lake and other places, not just that lake. And they are really good people. I just thank the world of Jason and Bill. And they're the same everywhere you see them. They're just good guys. And we need more people like that in the sport.
Yep, they are. I think they're probably equally as loud wherever they're at, wherever they're fishing. So.
Well, you get old Bill with them, and Jerry and Jerry the second, and Joe, and man, they got a crew over there, dude. I'm telling you.
They do. It's a good time fishing with all those guys, and they've all helped out tremendously with the tournament too. So.
Oh, I'm sure. I know Tarzan and all them guys. They get together when somebody's working on something, and they're all together in the same building, and they're all making sure it all gets done. It's all done right, and everybody's having a big time, and they're just a great bunch of guys.
Yep, it is. It is. As I said, it's good to get to fish with them. They're a good group of guys.
Right. Well, tell us about your tournament and any updates you have on that.
Well, see, September 10th, we're going to be fishing. Sign-up starts at 5, tournaments from 7 to 2. And we've got just, like I was telling you earlier, I think we got 28 boats signed up. already, so that's a good turnout in itself. Any more is just going to be a plus. But we got a lot of stuff to give away. I mean, rods, tackle, all sorts of stuff. We got a big package of stuff from Cabela's and a lot of gift cards from Shields here in town. So it's going to be people are going to be getting a lot of stuff, which is good, and raising a lot of money for the Spring Street Veterans Renaissance, the veteran shelter here in town. So it's going pretty good, getting a lot of positive reaction.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, we go to some of those veterans tournaments, and now is yours strictly for veterans, or is it open to guys that are active military and stuff like that?
Oh no, it's anyone who wants to fish. The money's just going to the veterans home here in town.
And that's where the proceeds go. It goes to the Springfield Veterans Home.
Right. It's called the Spring Street Veterans Renaissance, and that's a veteran shelter / kind of transitional housing.
That's awesome.
All over the country, they bring them here.
That's really a good cause, and for anybody that is not fishing Memphis and you want to go fish a tournament, Springfield is a great little lake. Has a lot of big fish in it, a lot of great channel cat in there, and some of the best fishermen in the area will be over there that's not going to the big tournament. You can run over there and get a hold of Brad and get in that tournament and do something for the people that has done so much for us, and that's just a worthy cause. So just, Brad, if you get a chance, if you would, once again, post your information up on the Catfish Weekly page on Facebook so everybody knows how to get in touch with you. That way, if they get ready and decide at the last minute they want to run over there and get in the tournament, you'll take them up to the last minute, I assume.
Yeah, actually, that's the preferred way. I'm just kind of running it like we run our local tournament here. Just show up the day and sign up and pay that day. It's a lot easier than me handling checks in the mail and dealing with stuff like that. I'm not the most organized person when it comes to stuff like that.
I understand. I sure do. Well, you know, personally, I know Chuck being ex-military, we can't thank you guys enough for what you do, and it's one of the best causes that you could ever put a fishing tournament on for. And I know a lot of the guys that fish in our catfishing group nationwide are veterans, and every one of them, whether they're at your tournament or not, they surely all appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been. I've had a lot of positive messages and things like that from people, but I'll tell you what, this is the first tournament I've ever tried to run, and it's quite an experience. I'll tell you that, the good and the bad. But what you're doing kind of outweighs all the politics involved I didn't know about and everything else. So
that's correct.
That's good.
Chuck, you and Doc got anything for Brad this evening?
Yeah, I want to hear all your sponsors that are on board with this. You got a list of them?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Tangling with Catfish rods. Donated quite a few rods for us to give away. The Cabela's, they sent us a big package of stuff, a rod and a bunch of tackle, all sorts of stuff. Geez, I should be more prepared. I should have the list of stuff. But I've been doing it for so many months now. I've kind of forgot about some of them. But if you go to the Facebook page, Catfish for Veterans, they're all listed on there, and what they donated, and how to get into the tournament, how to donate if you want to, or how to get some of our tickets for our raffle. We've got a big Yeti cooler that's packed full with, I mean, probably over $1,000 worth of tackle, catfish tackle in there, and it's gonna be good stuff. But yeah, I can't remember every sponsor that's sent something off the top of my head, but on the page everything's listed, and surprisingly, I haven't posted it yet because I'm not sure what it's going to be, but someone in the Chicago Bears organization found out about this and sent me a message today, and they're actually sending down some piece of memorabilia or something to give away at the tournament. They said would be here this week, which I thought was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Great. What was the big fish and stuff last year? Was there any really big fish caught last year?
Well, this is the first year,
What is it?
the first tournament we've had for this one. So I'll be able to answer that question next year.
Oh, good. Have you fished that lake a lot yourself?
Yeah, I'm 20 minutes from the lake, and that's where we have all the monthly catfish tournaments in Lake Springfield. So I'm pretty familiar with it. Not as good as some of the guys, but yeah.
Yeah, I want to get to one of them really good channel cat lakes, and catch some nice sized channel cats. We don't have that privilege down here. We have big blues and big flatheads, but you know, I got it on my bucket list, so I need to get somewhere and get it on.
Yeah, big blues and big flatheads. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it's always nice to do something a little different.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. They're fun. They're fighters too. For you get a 10, 12, 13-pound one. They put up a good fight.
Oh yeah, and they'll tear the skin off your hands too.
Yes, they will.
They'll leave you with bloody fingers.
Oh yeah. All right, Doc, what you got for him?
You guys have pretty much answered everything that I'm always behind on the questions. They're already answered.
We'll have to start mixing it up and getting you ahead of Chuck. He always got all the good questions.
He didn't wipe me out. Hey, while I'm on here, we're not streaming live on the website. I can tell you that right now.
They're watching it on YouTube.
Yeah, but the guys that are on chat said it's not even working on Catfish Weekly. So, I've gotten several texts on my phone. So.
Okay. I'll try to work on that when we get Josh on here and see what's happening. All right, Brad. If there's anything else that you need to tell us about, go ahead and do that, and we'll try to get everything wound up.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll like I said, I'll go ahead and post some info on the Catfish Weekly page, and anyone, like I said, go to the Catfish for Veterans Facebook page. And one other thing I wanted to mention, the guys at the Catfish Conference, they're actually designing a website for us that should be up here like in the next week or so we can kind of keep updates going and things like that throughout the year until we have next year's tournament. So I wanted to thank those guys too at the Catfish Conference. And like I said, I'll post everything up on your page, and then when it's over, I'll post the results too, so everyone can see how it went, see how much money we raised, and then you can, Chuck, you can know what the big fish was out there at Lake Springfield.
All right. Yeah, keep us updated on Facebook, man. We keep up with all that.
Absolutely, will do. I want to thank you guys for having me on again.
All right,
Thanks
man.
a lot.
Anytime.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
All
All right. Take care, Brad.
You too.
All right, Brad Cox, Springfield Veterans Tournament. You guys that are interested, try to get involved with that. It's for a great cause. Some really good things going on there, and we're looking forward to big things from Brad in the years to come. So we'll see if we can help him out and get some people in there. I'm going to send the link to Josh right now and see if he had a storm. Don't know if he didn't know if he'd be able to do this or not, but we're going to send it to him and see if we can make her happen.
Well, Adam's on there. Adam Winder's on there, so I think they're about in the same area there. Adam's in Owensboro.
Yeah, real close.
Yeah, he said he's watching the show.
I know. Heath just posted that he's watching the show on our website. But now I'm going to tell everybody right now that YouTube and Google have merged, or one of them has bought the other one out, or something. Not sure what's going on with that. But this is all going to be changed over in a short order to where it's all a YouTube property, so that may have some effect on our streaming, and I'll get it on top of that this week and see if we can figure out what is going on, or what went on, or what we got to do to get it taken care of.
Yeah, 'cause it's not refreshing for me either on the.
Yeah, and all the, I notice I'm looking at it right now, and all the pictures got like Pokemon.
Awesome.
Well, there's a Brad Beck that just come in, and
Well,
he's got his picture on there.
I got 11 people there that's on the chat, and 28 that's watching us total. So they'll be picking up here in a little bit. And there's Josh. Hey, Josh, how's it going?
All good, man. What about y'all?
Not too bad. Not too bad. How's the storming down there?
Oh, it's over with now.
Oh, okay. I know we talked
Yeah.
earlier. You said you was kind of concerned with it being so bad. Doc said, well, there's some Adam Winder's on down there. If he can be watching the show, then Josh could surely get on there and visit with us.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't go for about 10 minutes. I don't know what it was, but we're on it now.
All right. Well, cool beans. Tell us all your updates and anything new that's going on with the Bruce Midkiff tournament.
Well, we're up to 102 boats in it so far. We got a boat cap at 150. I don't know if we'll hit it or not, but if not, I'm tickled to death with what we got for our second year. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
We're guaranteed 3,000 to win. The best across the country is going to be here. Really looking forward to it. Good fishery. I think he won it last year with 134 pounds. That's a guy there too had big fish at 77. There were 2 fish at 70 saw last year, 3 in the 60, several in the 50. With a little bit different time of year this year. Last year we had it in September. The Bellas have got their state championship this year in September. So we're going to move into August. Big difference in August fishing down here in September. So hopefully it'll be good to everybody and do some nice fish spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully you guys get everything put together and get it all done down there, and you're going to have a great crowd and a great tournament. So that's going to be awesome. Doc, what do you got for Josh tonight?
When is the tournament again, Josh?
August 27th.
August 27th. Oh man, that's just at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Where's everybody launching out of? Owensboro or?
No, we're going to do it up there at, matter of fact, we're using 3 ramps. We're using Hallsville, Cannington, and Tell City. They're all right there within 2 miles apart from one another.
Yeah. Wow.
We wasn't expecting this turnout for the second year. We've been blessed this year, man. We've had our tournament trails really kicked off. We've been having some of the biggest turnouts around, and I don't know what we're doing right, but we're just going to keep on digging. And
hey, don't yeah. That's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we got an upcoming tournament this January. We're going to go down to Wheeler. We're going to have a tournament we're going to call Paul Strauss Memorial on Wheeler. Really, really, really looking forward to that event. Working with some big time names, trying to get some extra money and sponsor stuff coming up for that one, and that's going to be a big tournament too. Really looking forward to that one as well.
And when is that, in January?
Yeah, January 28th down there on Wheeler.
Okay.
Chuck's neck of the woods. You better be there.
I'm hoping to make it.
That's close to home for you, Chuck.
It is. I won't even have to. I'll be within my 2-hour window.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Well, but what's your entry fee for this Paul Strauss Memorial Tournament?
$150 a boat.
Wow, that's great, man. How much is your regular entries just on your regular trail?
$60 a boat.
Yeah, I think that's really helping you, get a lot of numbers because, it's not all about the money, and the guys that can afford to throw in $30 a piece and get out there and have fun, man. That's what it's all about. And
You know, you wouldn't believe how many people told me that this year. You know, we've had 6 tournaments so far, and 4 of them's been over 40 boat counts on a regular trail tournament. That's pretty good for this neck of the woods. And you know, there's a lot of people. There's quite a few people that like to see us raise up the entry. You know, more money. But there's a lot of people that says, you know, that's why you're getting them boats, Josh. You know, the entries are cheap and affordable, and there's a lot of people getting into sport nowadays. And I want those guys to be able to afford to fish our tournaments. You know what I mean?
excellent, man. If you don't, if you you know, keep doing what you're doing and keep that entry low, you know, the way to get that, you know, to get that prize money is get more boats. You know, if you start raising that entry.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you 100%.
But you're doing a really good job, man. I've heard a lot of people, you know, bragging on how good you're doing. Seem like you're doing everything right, and you know, everybody says that you know, you don't show any favoritism, and you know, you're running it like a business. You get out there and you get it done, and treat everybody fair, and that's what everybody's looking for.
That's right, man. You know, we're in it for the love of the sport, man. We're not in it to make no money. You know, I think that's what's wrong nowadays. People that are running tournaments are trying to make a living off of it. And you can't go about that way. You know, in my opinion. We do it for the love of the sport, and I just love to socialize with everybody and see them big fish come days of the tournament. You know.
Oh yeah, give everybody a fair shake and let everybody go have fun, and just make it enough money to make it interesting.
That's right, brother. That's right. All right. Doc, you fished any tournaments this year?
Yeah, I've been fishing quite a bit. I fished this past weekend with Bink. We came in second place. So.
Heck yeah. Well, I know I've
Yeah.
seen you and Cindy's fish a couple this year, ain't you?
Yeah, we've been fishing several of the tournaments around here. We've been trying to hit most of the Twisted Cat tournaments. We missed the one over the weekend. We fished the last several years. We fished on our anniversary every year, and this year I decided that I was going to take her out to dinner, and we was going to go to Bass Pro Shop and mess around a little bit, and that's what we done.
That's right. That's good.
Zio's. If you guys are in Springfield, Missouri, and you like Italian food, go to Zio's. It's an amazing place to eat, very reasonable.
Yeah. Hey, I can't see the chat. Is there people on the chat tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a few of them in there. Yeah.
Can I do a giveaway real quick? Do I got time?
Absolutely.
Okay. The first person that can tell me what was big fish last year in a Bruce Midkiff Memorial, I'll send you a free Bruce Midkiff Memorial T-shirt. What was the big fish last year in the Bruce Midkiff Memorial? First person to answer gets free shirt.
All right, guys, get them in there. You're going to get you a free shirt from the Bruce Midkiff tournament. Adam Winder says 77 pounds.
Who said it?
Adam Winder.
I knew he was going to win it. Yeah, he got it.
All right, well, there you go, man.
That guy is on.
Who called it? Who called the 77?
Eric Dukes. He's just a local there from Hallsville.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Them local guys get in it. That really makes it fun.
Yeah, we had a 77 and a 75 last year. A guy caught a 75. Man, he led it all the way up to the end and got beat by 2 pounds. And I said, Doc, if you get a 75 pounder on Ohio River, you got big fish locked in.
Yes, you do.
Man, that old boy, I think he walked away with tears rolling out of his eyes. He just didn't want to admit it.
Yeah, that'd be really hard, especially when you got a 75. You know you got big fish, and then somebody slides in there ahead of you.
Yeah.
Was it a flat or a blue?
Blue cat, both of them blue cat.
That's giants. Them giant fish. Yeah, and I don't care if you're on the Ohio River, you're on the Mississippi River, if you're on Wheeler, 70-pound fish are giants any place you go.
That's right. That's right. Well, guys, I appreciate you letting me be on August 27th, second annual Bruce Midkiff Memorial Tournament. Y'all come and see us, and if I don't see y'all guys between now and then, I'll see you at the Monster.
All right, buddy. Thanks for getting on
Thanks,
here,
good.
Josh, and keep us posted on who does the winning and stuff, would you?
Oh, we will, brother. Y'all have a good
man.
night.
Thanks
All
a
right.
lot, Josh.
Thanks a lot, Josh.
Looks like Lyle left the room. He must have got.
Yeah, where did he go?
I don't know. He got.
He must have pushed the wrong button.
So, what kind of day did y'all have? How was it fishing with Bink? I bet y'all had a hoot, man.
Oh, we do. We always have a good time. You know,
I'd love to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, we're both real competitive anyway, and we just have a good time. You know, we started, we went up to the dam, was going to anchor, but the wind wasn't blowing real hard, and he goes, "Oh, well, let's try drifting." So we're drifting down the middle of the river, and Mick said, "Well, this one area right here is really good." We went by one boat that was anchored down, and was right beside another boat, probably about 50, 60 yards away, and my back rod just it went down. It was only a 3-pound blue, but he hit it like a 10 or a 15-pounder, and it was soon thereafter them guys was pulling their anchors. So, and then the wind started picking up. We didn't get any more, so we went back up to the dam, and we spent the rest of the day at the dam. We just kept moving around, moving on structure and stuff.
That's great, man.
Man, I hit the wrong button. I was gone.
I told Chuck that's what you did.
Show.
It stayed live. It stayed hooked up. And I told Chuck, I told Chuck, I said, I bet he hit the wrong button.
You're right. He did hit the wrong button. But that, it happens. That's just the way it is. So I'm going to send Luke an invite to get him in there. We'll talk about some giant fish.
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
Yeah.
Is that the video where the two guys are on the boat when the rod went down? Is that what?
Yep.
You guys are. Oh, cool.
Them guys are up north, and they do a lot of live feeds while they're out fishing, and they do a lot of videotaping and stuff. So they come down, hit that Missouri River, and jumped in there and got on some absolute pigs. I mean, it's great fish.
Luke.
There's
Luke.
1 second. I gotta flip this around. I got Jacob in here. Let me know if. Hold on.
Yeah, we're looking at your closet right now, man.
Can you see us both?
Yeah. No.
I kind of had a feeling, Luke, that having you on here would be just about like having you on video when you're doing them live shows out in the boat. You guys are a hoot, man.
We tried to prepare ourselves. I'm looking at it on here quick. How's that?
Yeah, if he'd go over and sit down, you'd probably be all right.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll move over if I have to.
It's hard to squeeze in next to him.
I understand. I see you guys in the boat.
I knew that was coming. Yeah.
You're fighting for position all the time, aren't you, Jacob?
I don't know if you saw in the blue video, but I said, Luke, can you move a minute? He said, back here?
You guys absolutely have a blast. I've watched your videos. I've been on some of your live feeds when you're doing them, and you guys are just doing a great job. And it's entertaining, and it's not just about catching giant fish all the time. It's keeping people entertained and enjoying what you're doing at the same time. And I've enjoyed watching your stuff. And
I appreciate that.
Yeah, until I seen your stuff on there, I watched some of your Northwoods Angler videos a time or two, and
Sure.
when that first live feed You know, Luke, he's up there and he's got that camera in his face and he's making them big eyes, and I'm thinking this guy's too funny, you know. And it was very entertaining, and I enjoyed it. And when I just couldn't wait for you to get that picture of that 100-pound fish or that video out for that. And I know that you guys took some time and edited that and made it really nice, and it is really nice. It was very, very well done, and I enjoyed watching that. And I'm going to let Chuck and Doc visit with you a little bit because I've seen the video. I'm not sure if they have, and you guys can talk about that. And it is a great fish and a great story.
Thanks, Lyle. Yeah, thanks, Lyle.
All right, how's it going, guys?
Doing well. We're sitting in our laundry room or whatever it is.
You still got that? You still got that adrenaline rush? That adrenaline rush wore off on you yet?
I think I'm still shaking. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that was crazy. That's for sure.
It was, man, and it was a double, right?
Yeah, it started as a double and ended as a double, I guess you could say. Yeah.
Yeah, because y'all had, y'all were taking the picture at the end, both holding it, and Jacob's in front of Luke, holding the little fish, and the big fish is just hanging out of both sides. It just, I mean, it was awesome, and the footage y'all got of the rod going down, and
that was really good.
We got pretty fortunate on our recording with just us two in the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we got really lucky with the rod takedown because my fish was already on. That's the only way possible we would have got that rod takedown.
Oh, yeah, and it was awesome. I mean, everything went perfect on that.
Yeah.
And,
I don't know if I would call it perfect, but pretty dang close.
It was close enough to perfect because, I've tried to get any kind of takedown, and it just don't happen.
Yeah, no, not with blue cats, that's for sure.
No. And that was one of those typical slow takedowns, and then that rod never came back up.
Yep.
Yeah, we saw that before, and we didn't, we've seen him take it down and squeal out, but it never stopped, it stopped Luke's rod from actually coming up or just kept pulling drag, and we couldn't move the fish, and that's when, I mean, right away in the video, you can hear Luke and me say, "That's a jumbo. Okay, we got a jumbo on. Holy crap!"
But how far did y'all travel to go on this trip?
We drove 7 hours to get bait, and then we drove an hour back up to fish.
What was your bait?
Skipjack.
Skipjack?
Yep.
Do you guys like have some planned method to where you know how much skipjack you're gonna use? Because fairly certain we spent like £300 or $300. I don't know. We bought, I don't know, it was like 25 or 30 bags of skipjack, and there was two per bag. And we didn't save bait. After every cast or every spot, we changed to new bait.
Mm-hmm.
And we still didn't go through it. Yeah.
Did he take a head or a body section?
Mine was on a head.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they like them heads. They're flatheads like them, and the blues love them.
That's like channels on the red. I'll use the head of a goldeye any day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, and we're not any expert on blue cats, that's for sure. That was our third trip down there. We had a couple of buddies we met down there that kind of gave us the lay of the land, not spots, but hey, you should fish. And I know you guys heard us say it in the video, but channel swings. And we kind of picked up on that and finally figured out what an actual channel swing is.
Yeah.
And that's where we narrowed it down to that spot. And it wasn't, we were 5 minutes into that spot when my fish hit.
Yeah.
And then another, minute and a half until his did.
Yeah, and that was real apparent on your video. I mean, you could see where that current was cutting across the back of your boat, and then where it was coming off that bank. I mean, it was real obvious. That's old time fishing there.
Yeah, that's real cool. And when we got back to Minnesota, we're like, We should probably fish some channel swings.
Hey, before Doc goes on, I got to tell you, you guys must have a friend named Luke Hale.
Oh, Jeff?
Or Jeff.
Hale?
I'm sorry, Jeff Hale. Jeff,
Yep.
we have a live chat that's going on while we're doing this, and if anybody asking questions, I'll pass them on to you. But Jeff says Luke is nuttier than squirrel poop. Matt Sanders says he's nuttier than a squirrel turd. So, I mean, you guys have got quite the reputation going on here.
We have fun.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what it's all about. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what we're trying to show with Northwoods Angling is that a guy with a $600-800 boat and a drive to go fishing can find these huge fish. We leave for Texas in 24 days to go fish alligator gar. We went to Missouri. You know, everybody can do this. It's not the guys Jeff Hale with the sparkly boats. You know.
Oh, dude.
That was a zinger right there.
Zinger! I know he's going to love that one, too. That's my friends told him, you got a sparkly boat. I don't know if we can fish with you.
That's hilarious.
Y'all gonna try to
man.
go? Y'all going on a guide trip in Texas, or y'all just gonna go down there and do your research and jump at it?
Who's this talking?
This Chuck.
Obviously,
That's Chuck.
Who is it?
Chuck.
Chuck, you need to go check out the Northwoods Angling page. This will be our 4th trip down for alligator gar. Our first trip, we caught a 200-pounder.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Bam, bam, bam!
Oh, I've probably seen it, man. There's just so much stuff that goes on my news feed in the little hour I get to look at it off and on per day.
Yeah, I got you.
I just never know who's doing what.
We got guided our second to last day, our first trip, and we had already caught a 200 and a 150 before we got guided, and we decided after that I think we're good. We're gonna go there and fish.
Well, what do y'all think about catching a fish that big and then, you know, you're having to jump in the water with it to get pictures taken, and then you know you're in the water when a fish like that could come up behind you?
What's scarier is there's alligators there.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So we saw our first alligator last year. We saw a couple actually last year, but 20 minutes after that, Jacob's jumping in the river. I mean,
I don't
we
think
set
I'm
a camp on a beach right behind an alligator slide, and about an hour into it, we looked around, and there was a monstrous alligator slide down the bank, and we got right back in the boat and went down a little bit. I think the first time to Texas, I wore snake boots for the first 3 days. Yeah, in 100-degree weather, it doesn't work out.
Oh, man.
We're finally in sandals now.
Tell us about some other trips y'all made.
what's that?
What's some other trips y'all been on besides the Missouri River and Texas? Where'd y'all go on the Trinity?
Yeah, we go on the Trinity there, and Jacob just did a shark fishing down in Florida. He got an 8-foot,
9-foot.
9-foot tiger shark.
Yeah, tiger shark.
Was this off the beach, or did y'all go out in the boat?
No, I rented a boat and brought my son and my cousins out, and we put our hands at it and found a jumbo.
You got a 9-foot shark on an ugly tiger stick.
Yep.
Medium heavy?
Medium heavy.
Them things that hoss in anything, man.
Yeah, they're awesome. That's for sure.
We did some Chequamegon Bay last winter. We did some ice fishing stuff. We've done Red River trips. We do the Rainy River for sturgeon. Then we're going to do, for next year, we're going to go to Idaho for white sturgeon.
Awesome.
Wow.
That is amazing.
And what size boat are you fishing out of? A 16-footer?
Yeah.
Wow.
That 200 gar was about 3/4 of the length of the boat.
Okay, so what was your bait? What did you use to get that thing with?
That one was carp.
I think it was a 3-pound chunk of
think it was
just common carp.
I think it was a carp head, about a 12 to 15 pound carp head.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't cast it. You drop it in the
No,
middle.
yeah, you just drop it, throw it out. Yeah.
We
Wow.
actually use technology in Texas. We have a beeper system that we put all the rods on the bank like the Europeans do for carp fishing.
Yeah.
So we're able to spread the rods out, I don't know, a couple 100 yards so we can fish, that couple 100 yards of the river. And it's pretty hectic. A beeper goes and we throttle straight to the shoreline trying to get our rod before it actually goes in the river.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It sounds like a blast, don't it, Chuck?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
We had 2 boats last year. We're bringing 2 boats down this year. We're bringing a drone this year, so we should get some dang good shots.
Oh, wow.
Be awesome. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing some of that stuff.
Y'all been playing with the drones a lot?
No, this will be our first time playing with them. So.
Oh,
Gonna
man.
test them out down there.
If it crashes in the woods, I'm definitely not going in to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do y'all bring is it just y'all two in the boat doing all this, or do y'all?
Oh, 3 of us.
You broke up, Chuck.
Yeah. Are you talking out of a walkie-talkie? I can't hear him at all.
He's kind of froze up. He'll be back in a second.
Do
Okay.
y'all bring some extra help in the boat, or do y'all do all this by yourself when y'all are out doing this?
Generally, or for Texas? For Texas, we always have 3 guys.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. On this last trip, we were supposed to have 3 guys as well, but we had a little problem before we started, so we just set it out, me and him.
Good
This
stuff.
was the big cat, the 100-pounder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was just us 2.
Yeah.
I wish there was a 3rd, because I could hardly lift it up on Luke's lap.
You know, when they
Should have
get
been
big
the other
like
way
that,
around.
they're pretty tough to handle when they get that size.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't even know
Yeah.
how it swam. It just looked round.
Yeah. Big old belly hanging out underneath.
that is a question, because its fins were like this big. How does that thing just...
Yeah.
I mean, imagine you with short arms.
Oh man.
Just bumps off the bottom with the current, I think.
That's probably right. That probably is all right.
Yeah.
Jerry Dillard wants to know when you're going to Texas, if you're going to the Trinity or the Brazos River.
Trinity, 23 days on September 8th.
September 8th, okay.
We're going for 12 days.
Jeff says your sparkly boats rule. He's surprised Jacob didn't call him a yuppie again.
I think I called him a yuppie.
Tony Caton says you guys need to make a trip this fall to the James River. He'd take you out in his boat.
That's one of our places we want to go.
Heck yeah. That'd be good. Matt Sanders says you need to come up to the lake and catch some monster spoonbills to add to the list of monster fish. I think Matt's talking about Lake Ozark. He might be talking about Truman. But either way, them guys get on them spoonbill early in the year there when the season opens, and a lot of them guys really get with it and do a heck of a job down there. And I know Ken Pryor and a bunch of them guys go after them things.
That's on my list. Is that on your list?
It is.
Yeah.
It is now.
We'll take you up on that offer.
Okay. Jeff Pale says he'd give you both an invite on your way back from Texas to fish the best flathead and blue cat water the Kansas River has to offer, and 8 might stretch the river. That's fantastic.
Who is that?
an 8 might stretch of river. That's fantastic. Not sure, but he evidently has got some good flathead and blue cat water in Kansas. So that's your buddy Jeff Hale.
Oh, Jeff.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't see him catch a lot of cats.
That's cool. So, trying to catch up with a bunch of these.
They're probably all our guys.
Not really. 8 miles. He's talking about an 8-mile stretch of river of some of the best flathead and blue cat fishing. So I think that's a pretty good invite right there.
Yeah, heck yeah. We're in for that.
Heck yeah. Anytime somebody's got some big fish that needs to be caught, there's usually some of us that would be happy to go make that happen. I mean,
I 100% agree with that.
I rarely ever turn down a trip with somebody that's got a shot at catching some good ones. I mean, I've been to boat down in St. Louis with Ryan Casey and Jason Jackson and Jason Mathena, and it's just a hoot with them guys. And I can't imagine you guys in the boat with Mathena. I'm telling you right now, because he's a fun guy to be in the boat with. Anyhow, get you two in there with him.
Let's do it.
And now he is a big boy. You just think you're a big boy, Luke. But Jason Mathena, now he's 6'5", and I don't know what he weighs, but there's a lot of him.
Sounds like I'm going to get squeezed out of the boat.
Well, I'm going to have to bring a monster cat down there and put you guys all in it with me, and I'll drive you around.
There we go.
Oh, man.
That's great.
It is. Well, we watch your videos and see all your stuff, and you guys are doing a really, really good job, and I'm very happy to see stuff like this. We need to keep this kind of things going. Everybody's interested in it, and the bass stuff and the crappie stuff, that's okay, but when you can see a 3-pound crappie or a 6-pound bass or a 100-pound catfish, I know what I'm going to be watching.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's what we're looking for, a wow factor.
It's just the way it is.
Let me jump in there. So if somebody wants to watch your videos, where do they go?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Northwoods Angling.
Northwoods Angling? Okay.
Yep, you can just search YouTube for Northwoods Angling and we'll pop right up.
Yep.
Okay, good deal.
If you want to watch it's a blue cat video. It's trending #1 for blue catfish on YouTube right now, so it'll be on top.
Woo!
That's awesome.
Good deal.
So when y'all jump up on a Saturday morning and say, "Hey, let's go fishing," what's close to your house where y'all go? Is that the Red River, or where do y'all usually go fish?
Jacob has an hour drive wherever he goes. I live 5 minutes from the Minnesota River.
Yeah, the only big fish around us is in the Mississippi and the Minnesota River, so that's where we're going
or the St. Croix.
Yeah, or St. Croix River, yeah.
Is that large channel cats or flatheads or what?
The Croix is sturgeon. That's pretty much what we primarily fish on the Croix, and then Minnesota's obviously got big flatheads, and Mississippi's got a good mixture of both big fish.
It's been a little different the last couple weeks, though. I haven't really jumped up on a Saturday and said, "Let's go catch some smaller fish."
So if y'all decide to go the Red River, how long does it take y'all to go fish the Red River?
5 or 6 hours, I think, to Drayton.
No, that's worth the trip though, isn't it? Them big channel cats.
I've had a few 1,000-pound-plus days up there. One of them was with Jacob.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's the biggest channel cat y'all caught up there?
We both got one that was. His was 38 by 23. Mine was 37 by 24.
Awesome, guys.
Yeah.
Big old meatheads, man. They're beautiful. I can't wait to go catch one somewhere.
Now, are those channel cat up there that you're catching? I fished the Red River. I've also fished over Mendota Lake in Wisconsin, and the fish there are really dark colored. Are they dark colored up there where you guys are at?
You'll catch big dark males, but not as common as you see on inland lakes. Like I fished some bobber fishing in Nebraska I was working out there for a couple weeks. I was bobber. All the fish out of the still water I was fishing in were all dark. So I don't know.
Them are beautiful. Them dark ones.
I want to go get up into Canada on the river, Red River, though.
Yeah, I'm into that. In fact, Josh Mays and Phil Brown, instead of going to the Mississippi River Monsters, is headed up there to that dam above there.
Selkirk.
Lockport.
Lockport.
Yep.
That's where they're headed that weekend, and I'm excited for them. I know they'll get some good shots and stuff and catch a lot of fish. I've been up there on the Red, and it's a good time. It really is. But I guess Lockport is the place on the Red River for giant channel cats.
Yep.
Yeah, our buddy goes there every year, and his average was like 18-point-something pounds, like 4,000 pounds in 5 days.
Wow.
Crazy numbers.
Wow.
That is. But they protect them. You know, they take care of their resource, and that's what these people down here in the States has got to understand. If you want people to be happy to catch them kind of fish, I mean, there's some places in the States that you can catch some good channel cat like that, but they're very few and far between because they just don't have the regulations to protect them.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're catching tagged catfish from Winnipeg and Grand Forks now, even more so.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
That is. You know, people doesn't realize that channel cats move around like that, you know, and they say that flatheads don't move as much, but blues will go hundreds and hundreds of miles. You know, it's just amazing the distance that they'll travel, and what you're telling us now, you know, that's just affirming the fact that channel cat do too.
Yeah, they move big time. Same with sturgeon, and I think flatheads move a lot too, though. I mean, from the studies that Minnesota's done, we've seen them move 10, 20 miles.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, you know, maybe you guys can understand it. In my neck of the woods, you know, I live in Missouri, and when we fish the Mississippi River, when you get to the Keokuk Dam, that's as far as the blues go. They don't go any further north than that. You know, one might sneak through once in a while, but I fish a lot of tournaments in Keokuk and Burlington and all up in through there. You never see a blue. You either catch a flathead or a channel cat. Do you guys have any idea of why they don't go past there?
They tried stocking them in Minnesota and like 20-something years ago, and none of them made it. I don't think nobody's caught one.
Is it the fact that the water's just too cold for them that far north?
I think it might be the cold factor.
You know,
I mean, it has to be.
It has to be, and also with going on that is we can ice fish for channel cats here in the metro and around, but you go on the Red River and ice fish, which I used to live on the Red River. I couldn't catch one for my life.
Huh.
I've tried hours and hours in deepest holes, marking fish. I could not get one catfish to bite in a winter in 5 years.
And now he won't do it with me.
So the guys in the chat's talking about you guys using 12 ounces of weight on the Missouri River. That must be something that you're not used to doing.
The Missouri itself, we're not used to. It's 7-mile-per-hour current. The first time we got out there, it was like, are you freaking... We took my boat the first time, and my boat's smaller than the boat that we caught the blue in. And we got out there, and I'm 3/4 throttle, not moving. It's like, all right, what's going on here? So the first couple trips to the Missouri was terrifying, to say the least. We didn't bring 12-ounce weights. We had like a 5 plus a 3 plus a 4, you know, to make our 12 ounces, which obviously doesn't work too well because the 5 gets caught in the rocks and you break everything off. We've learned a little bit from going back and forth. So yeah, we're using 12-ounce weights now.
I just bought a 12-ounce mold, so now we can make them.
And they're phenomenal. I mean, the current now is a little more familiar to us, and obviously the weights are a little more familiar. But yeah, when we first went, terrifying.
Matt Sanders says that he lives right on the Missouri River. He regularly uses 12 ounces and has used up to 20 ounces. And I will tell you for a fact that I keep 24-ounce weights in my boat all the time.
Is it like a big ball?
No, it's just a bank sinker mold that makes 24 ounces. And you know, it's not uncommon to use them on the Missouri River and the Mississippi when the water's up because, you know, if you want your bait to stick where you put it, and sometimes that's not enough. You know, I know I have a lot of friends that fish the Ohio River and on out east and stuff, and, you know, Potomac and things. I said, oh, yeah, well, we got heavy current. We got 3-ounce current or 4-ounce current. Well, when you throw that 24-ounce weight out there and a half a skipjack below that Alton Dam, and you throw it right next to the dam, and when it settles down, it's straight behind your boat. They don't. A lot of people just don't realize how much current those two rivers have. They just.
Yeah.
We fished that night tournament the other night, and one time we had over 5-mile-an-hour current. We was using 10 and 12-ounce weights, and at one time some of the stuff floated up, and unless you've been there and seen it, it's really hard to understand.
Yeah, well, and the thing I think I didn't understand before was I always thought the fish would have to move the weight. But in reality, you're just doing it to place your bait in a specific area, and the line's getting pulled through the weight, so the weight doesn't really matter. I mean, other than keeping you on the bottom.
Right.
Yeah.
Tony Caton would like to know what the state record is for catfish where you're at.
Depends. In Kansas, it was 103 pounds.
He means here.
Oh, here? In Minnesota?
Yeah.
70 for flat and 36 for blue.
I think that's right. Minnesota started a new catch and release record, though, so we don't actually have to kill the fish now.
Yeah.
Which is pretty phenomenal, and we know the guy who actually has the catch and release state record now, which was probably close to 60 pounds.
Yeah.
If not over 60 pounds.
Yeah. We had, I think the Missouri record's 134 something.
For blue?
Yeah, for blues. And flathead's just under 100 pounds for rod and reel. It's around 100 pounds for alternative methods, but I believe 134 on blues. And unbelievably, they took the picture down, but Missouri has a record of channel cat of like 34 pounds. It was set way back in the 50s or 60s or something like that, and they ended up taking the picture down because actually, if you look at that fish, it was not a channel cat, it was a blue, and they got to catching so much grief about it being a blue that the last I knew they had taken the picture down off of their website. But 34 pounds is a giant channel cat in our area. I've never caught anything even reasonably close to that in Missouri for a channel cat.
Yeah, that's a huge channel.
Yeah, I've had a 34 or a 29 pounder on up at Wisconsin, and that was just a giant. I mean, just a giant.
Well, you guys are the blue catfish experts, so I guess my question to you is, since we didn't have a scale on the boat, how big is Luke's fish?
It's hard to say. I mean, them's some pretty good pictures you got, but there's as big as guy as Luke is, and here's how I'll address that. My buddy Jason Mathena, if you'll look on some of the pictures that I have posted, Jason is holding a 92-pound blue he caught on Wheeler last January, and it's a giant. I mean,
Sure.
The fish is a giant. But Jason's such a big guy that he makes the fish look like it's a 60 or 70-pound fish. Now, when Luke was holding that fish, Luke's a big boy. And I know that he's a big boy because I've seen you guys' shows and stuff. And that fish is still big with him holding it. I mean, it's a pig, you know. So, you know, I have no way of knowing, but I'm going to say 100 plus.
Yeah, that's what we got. We got good dimensions on it, but, you know, it's hard to tell. You know?
Are you guys going to do a replica of that fish?
I got offered to have it done for free by a buddy of mine. All I have to pay for is supplies, which is still $600.
Yeah, but man, that's a fish of a lifetime. I mean, you may fish the rest of your life and never get close to that.
Probably.
Well, what was the length? What was the length versus girth on that?
They were almost the same.
It was 55 by 41 and a half.
55. Wow.
Yeah, the conversion chart, I feel like it put it at like 118.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's it looked around 110, 115 to me. It's got a massive gut.
Yeah, we talked to a few people. Everyone's saying 110, 115, somewhere in there.
I know it could have ate my fish. Imagine me holding that fish, though.
Yeah, I know.
No, you can't imagine it because he couldn't hold that fish.
No.
Not a chance.
Man, it was a giant.
You guys notice if you see the picture of that 200-pound gar we caught, look at my face compared to theirs and how much weight I'm supporting. It's pretty funny.
I'll have to check that. I think I did watch that, but I'll pull it back up and re-watch it, and I may have missed that one. Tony Caton says the South Carolina record on channel cat's 50 pounds. You talk about a big. That's a huge channel cat. That's 50 pounds. That thing must have been 35, 40 years old to be that size. It had to be.
That's huge.
We're coming to South Carolina.
Yeah. Matt Sanders says he's caught 19-pound channel cats in the Missouri River, and he lives really close to it. So that's awesome. I didn't know. I've not caught any. I know Justin Wolf caught. I think it was an 18-pounder down at St. Louis in a tournament here a couple of years ago. It was just a pig. And Jeff says the weight is 130, Lake and String, Missouri state record. And that's probably pretty close. I knew it was around 130 something or other. So.
Isn't the world record from Missouri?
No, it was.
No.
We've had the world record either 2 or 3 times caught out of the Missouri and the Mississippi, but the last one come from Bugs Island.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Gotcha.
And that's, there's no question in my mind that the biggest fish in the United States not in that Mississippi River. I know people argue that, and they can argue it all they want because I've seen some of the damnedest equipment broken off and just shredded. Guys with trot line crying like a bunch of little girls because their lines were all bangled up and them huge shark hooks straightened out from what them fish had done to them. So they just haven't been put in a boat. I do a lot of work with the Department of Conservation Missouri, although they're kind of on my crap list right now for not putting any regulations in effect here. But they told me a year or so ago when they done some shock testing that there was multiple state and world records. They shocked the river from the Iowa line to St. Louis and from the where it enters the state on the western part of the state to St. Louis, and they shocked up multiple new state and world records. So they're there, getting them caught. I can't imagine any place that would be better than those 2 rivers. I mean, you're not going to catch them every day, and nobody does. But they're here. You just got to get them in a boat. And the one that comes to my mind, Chuck, you're very well familiar with it, is Johnny Sessom's. One that they had up to the side of the boat, couldn't get in the boat.
Yeah, its chart conversion was, I think, 165.
Yeah.
You guys get a chance, you need to look that up. It's a stud. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, when you get up that big, when there's no chart to compare it to, you really can't tell. But it's a lot of guys have. Estimated at 165, a lot of guys. So these are some of the best guesstimators in the world, say around 165.
And that boat is swimming today, or that fish is swimming today, boys.
Wow.
There's your one to go for.
What do you guys think of the, speaking of the Missouri River now, go back to Missouri, what do you guys think of the alligator gar getting stocked in there?
I think that's a mistake. That's just my personal opinion.
Mother Nature has her own way to keep populations and stuff down. I'm talking bacteria, all kind of stuff that these fish can get and have fish kills. If that was really a problem, they would be so thick in that river you could walk on them.
Right.
They just need to leave. They need to leave them alone and let Mother Nature handle it the way she handles it.
I think I
Well,
agree.
you know, they have one of the greatest things in the world to combat those Asian carp, but that's the reason for it, and that's blue catfish. You know, and we got a bunch of wannabe catfishermen that live over around Clinton that have a little radio station, and they think that all the fish ought to be caught and ate. You know, they're not smart enough to realize that without the big fish, you can't produce big fish. But
Right.
if they would put the regulations that they have on Lake Ozark and Truman on the Missouri and the Mississippi River in 10 years, it would be unbelievable the amount of fish that we have in our area. And if Missouri would get off their butt and do it, Illinois and the adjoining states would have to follow suit with some kind of regulations.
Yeah, it would probably come back like the Red River did.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And look what they've done to Wilson and Wheeler and the Potomac before them guys got out of hand out there and acted like they knew what they was talking about, because they've made a mockery out of a great fishery out there. They really have.
Right.
Them guys got it going on. Well, Chuck, you and Doc got anything else for these guys?
No, I think I've picked their brains enough.
Well,
Yeah. My stomach's still hurting from laughing.
I got to tell you guys, you're going to have to come back on the show with us one of these days, and you don't have to catch a 100-pound fish to do it. We've enjoyed having you on here. I knew it would be a blast. I didn't know it was going to be quite this entertaining, but I should have realized it because, like I say, I've seen you guys before, and you do an outstanding job. And the community of catfishing thanks you for everything you all do for our sport.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys again.
Maybe we'll plan something for after our GAR trip in 25 days.
Hey, yeah, get us some pictures, send me some messages. We'll get together and you can tell us how you done. We're all excited for you, and you guys keep up the good work.
Thanks
Perfect.
again, guys.
Thanks for having us on.
All right,
Thanks
guys,
for being
we'll be
on the
talking
show,
to you.
guys.
All right, fellas. Them guys.
Phone.
All right, see. Those guys are a hoot, ain't they?
Thanks, guys.
We've really, you know, I've watched a lot of their stuff, and they do a really good job putting product or videos together, and they're funny, they're entertaining, and that's the thing that most guys don't do, and they're not entertaining, and it's not always about catching giant fish. They catch a lot of fish, but they're so funny. I mean, you watch them, and not necessarily to watch the fish, but to watch the entertainment factor. And I think that's where a lot of the guys doing videos miss out on that. They take into consideration that if they're not catching fish, it's not funny. Well, I've sat there and been working late at night and had their videos playing, and they wasn't catching fish, but I was just laughing the whole time. I mean, they're very entertaining to watch, and a couple of really good guys.
Yeah,
Let's see what we got going in chat.
definitely a hoot, that's for sure.
Oh man, they're awesome. They really are. Fun to watch these guys. It sure is, Tony. It was a very good show. Chuck, what do you got for this evening as far as anything for the end of the show?
I really don't have too much. The Alabama Catfish Trail's got one tournament left until he decides to kick it back off in a year or two or three whenever he gets it. He's got stuff going on, trying to get some family dreams going on with his farm, getting his house built and everything. So we're trying to pick a date for the Gunnersville tournament. I think he's wanting to try to do it the first week of November, I believe. So we want to try to get everybody up and have fun at it and go out with a bang until we can all get together again
Sounds
under
good.
his tournament name.
That'd be awesome. I'm sure going to miss the Winter Blues. I mean, that just. Yeah, I know Josh has got one coming up down there, but to being over top of the 1st of January every year just is something you become accustomed to, and I'm really going to miss that because we never go out on New Year's Eve, and that was a great venue because everybody could just walk to one cabin to the next, and it's just unbelievable amount of fun. Doc, what have you got? I know you got a tip for us.
Yeah, well, I'll give you some results first. Cabela's tournament was this past Saturday, 8/13, on the Cumberland River. First was Ronnie Hughes and Johnny Jones, 69.54. The Big Cat, same team, had a 28.80 fish. Second was Rob Benningfield, Chris DeBow, 66.04 pounds. And third was Wayne and Jennifer and Connor King with 37.02. Weights were way, way down this year in that area. Might be because there's not regulations. Who knows? Ohio Hills this past Saturday. First, Bob McGraw, Nate Reed, 40.8 pounds. Second, Bink Fox and Doc Lang, 27.8 pounds. And third was Willie Smith with 27.4 pounds. We beat him by 4 ounces. So
Wow.
big fish in that tournament was J.L. Campbell and John Niberlin, a 24-pound blue.
Great fish.
So Doc's tip for the night, most of you guys have circuit breakers that are on your boat. This time of year, your electrical wiring, you need to take a look at it, because when it starts to get humid, like it's starting to get now, if this stuff isn't protected well, you'll start seeing this green algae kind of stuff start growing on it. And when that happens, you're not getting full electrical contact on that, and it'll start giving you issues. So if you see that, you know, they got electrical contact cleaner you can spray on there. It'll eat all that gunk off. What I like to do on mine is I cover mine with, it's called, and Chuck knows what I'm talking about, it's liquid electrical tape. It's in a dip can, and you just spread it all over those contacts. Then they'll never get that growth on them. But that can be a major robber of electrical power on your boat. So just kind of keep an eye on it this time of year when it's hot and humid. That's Doc's tip for the night.
That's a great tip, Doc. And people can look up underneath there anytime there's a switch or a circuit breaker or anything and check those out. And if it's corroded at all, get you a wire brush, a toothbrush out with some baking soda and water or something. Scrub them babies up, get them real shiny again, and then coat them up, and that'll end all your problems. I got something that I'm going to share with everybody, and I'm not trying to take Doc's tip, but I found something the other night, and I showed these guys before the show. It's called Wave Away. And we was at Bass Pro, and I seen this stuff on a clearance rack, so I don't know if they're going to quit handling it or not, but it's a little bitty 1.5 ounce bottle, and it's made to clean the screens on your depth finders and stuff. Now, I have my bird in here. I don't leave anything on the boat for fear somebody will steal it. Not that they would, but you just don't know. It cleaned that screen amazingly well. I liked it so well, I squirted it on the monitor that I'm looking at right now, and it hasn't looked this good since it was brand new. And it's not that I don't clean it. It just does that good a job. It's amazing stuff. I think it was $9.95 at Bass Pro down in Springfield the other day. Like I say, they had a clearance sign on it, so I don't know if they're going to quit making it or what. I'm sure there's other products, and I have used other products, but I have not seen anything any better. Comes in a little bag. It's got a little cloth inside there. Self-contained deal. I was really impressed with it. Get a chance to test it out. Lake Schaefer, first place. McClellan and Meese at 31.75 pounds and Big Cat at 16.1. Second place, Team Excel, Chad Wall and Frank Neely, 19.05 pounds. Third place, Yost and Peterson, 16.40 pounds. Fourth place, Team Countryman, 14.45, and Team Potter was fifth with 13.10. Sixth place, Wallace and Wines, 10.15. Seventh place, Hughes Team, 9.70, and Catfish Minions come in eighth at 3.9 pounds, and Cataholics at 2.1 pounds. Chad Wall sent those results to me. Central Missouri Cats had a tournament over the weekend. Michael and Jackson Suttner had big fish in that tournament, folks. 100.8 pounds.
Wow.
That is a stud in a fishing tournament. I would take one of those once a year and be the happiest guy ever. 100.8 pounds. They also won the one with a total weight of 119.2 pounds. Brian Ellison and Tony Schaefer, one fish, 71.4. Now, these guys are on some big fish on that Missouri River now, I'm telling you. Third place, Eric Harmon and Michael Selski, 45 pounds, and that's the only two results you could get. So there you go. Now, just to let you know that this tournament was to raise money for the Glasgow Chamber of Commerce Scholarship Fund. 28 boats raised $720. So a worthwhile cause. Them guys are doing wonderful things. Thank you, Matt, for passing that information on. And we'll post your upcoming tournaments and stuff that we got coming up. See what these guys have sent in. Glasgow Chamber of Commerce tournament. Yeah, that was a really good deal, and I didn't know that tournament had anything to do with the scholarship, and that's really good. Matt did send me a message, said CMC has another tournament on the 27th of this month in the same place, so run on over there. If you have any questions, just get a hold of Matt Sanders. He can give you all the answers for entry fees, times, and all that stuff. And they're doing wonderful things. When you can put a tournament on and put $720 or whatever it was into the fund for scholarships, that's just a pretty cool thing on these guys having monthly tournaments. That's just really good.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
It is, and Matt's doing a wonderful job over there. You guys, I don't know if you've been watching or not, and it seems like a couple of months out of the year, the Missouri River has some really big fish turned in. This year, them guys have had some monstrous fish numbers come in with some giants throughout this whole summer, and I've been pretty impressed with that. And yes, Mike Huff, it's hard to figure that Missouri out. It really is. But it's amazing the amount of fish that's been turned in out. There's some really big fish, a lot of them this year, and it's really great. We had some good time at the Brunswick tournament. I know it'll be bigger, better next year. So we're all looking forward to a bunch of that stuff. I think it'll be really good. You guys have anything else for this evening?
Nope, I'm done.
No, I'm good.
Well, you guys just run out of information for me then. Well, don't forget, we got Mississippi River Monsters coming up next month. You guys are not entered, you get a hold of George Young Jr. And get that taken care of. Next week, the 22nd, we're going to have Captain Scott Manning on the show. He's going to tell us about how he catches those fish down on the Tennessee River. That ought to be really, really good. A lot of information there. Scott's a pretty good old boy. Retired veteran that's taking people out catfishing. Can't hardly get much better than that. All right, fellas. For Doc Lang, Chuck Davis, and I'm Lyle Stokes. Thanks for watching Catfish Weekly. See you next week.